So before we get into the video, we're going to be talking about the Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moises post-fight review. So Islam Makhachev submits Thiago Moises in the 4th round and improves to 20 wins with 1 loss. My thoughts on it, what a win by Islam Makhachev. Wow, man, what a dominant win. He just out-wrestled Thiago Moises. And he was just toying with Moises, and it was just really, really, really easy for him. And Thiago Moises is actually a pretty decent fighter, and in my opinion, kind of a bit underrated. And he just completely just beat him up and just completely just dominated the fight. And he did call out RDA, RDA, I think is. Yeah, Rafael dos Anjos. He called out Rafael dos Anjos. Me personally, I don't think he's ready yet for him. Very close, but I don't think he's ready yet. I want to see him fight Beneil Dariush. I think that would be a very good fight. I would actually favor him to beat Beneil Dariush, but it would be a very, very, very good fight between the two. And I think he could maybe fight Beneil Dariush. Maybe after that, maybe Tony Ferguson, or maybe I don't know, man. But he needs to, or Kazmat Chimaev. I think that would be a really, really good fight. That would actually be a really tough fight, and I think that fight should happen right now. To be honest, that would be a really, really good fight. But damn, man, what a win by Islam. Islam is a very dominant fighter. I can't wait to see what's for him in the future. I just don't think right now he's ready yet for somebody like RGA. Not RGA, but RDA. Rafael dos Anjos. I don't think he's ready for him yet. But again, maybe fight maybe fight Tony Ferguson first, then maybe Beneil Dariush, then Rafael dos Anjos. I just don't think that he's ready yet for him. I would really like for him to fight Beneil Dariush. I think it would be a very, very good fight between him and Beneil Dariush. And I even said that after fight too. I said it would be a really, really good fight between Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush. Both of them good, grapplers, good submission artists. Both of them, can't throw hands too. But man, dude, if they fought, I would lean more towards Islam Makhachev by just a dominant, unanimous decision, man. But again, man, what a win by Islam Makhachev. He's one of my favorite fighters, man. He is really improving. He kind of fights like Khabib. Not saying right now he has the skill level of Khabib, but he's showing it, dude. But yeah, man. But anyways, on to the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston for Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Murat Gassiev versus Michael Wallisch. So before we get into all this, I just want to say this fight takes place on Wednesday, July the 22nd. This is actually Murat Gassiev's first fight at heavyweight. I have mixed feelings about him being at heavyweight, but we'll see what happens, in this fight. And yeah. So now let's talk about their stats, and then the odds, and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Murat Gassiev. So Murat Gassiev comes into the fight with a record of 27 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 6'3.5" with a 76-inch reach. And obviously, Murat Gassiev's only loss came from undisputed cruiserweight champion Alexander Usyk, who is actually going to be fighting Anthony Joshua, I believe, soon. sometime in September. And yeah, Michael Wallisch comes into the fight with a record of 22 wins, 4 losses, 0 draws, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 6'5.5" with a 77-inch reach. And obviously, Wallisch coming off a brutal loss against the Juggernaut Joyce, who I made a video about in my last video. So if you guys haven't watched that, go check that out. So I don't know if these are the exact odds. This is the odds as of right now because I don't think they haven't did like the odd thing yet. But they're both plus 100. But I guarantee you that later this week, Murat Gassiev is going to be the very big favorite in this fight. And yeah. So now we got that out the way. So now let's talk about what they need to do to win. And then my final prediction. So let's start off with Murat Gassiev. So the thing is about Murat Gassiev is he's a good boxer, but he's also he's also a pressure fighter. And in this fight, I would like to see him pressure fight Michael Wallisch. Don't really depend on your boxing skills, because I feel like if you're just gonna try to box Wallisch, it's gonna be kind of difficult for him to come in the inside. Not saying that Wallisch is a good fighter or anything; he's really trash. But on the other hand, Wallisch is a lot bigger than Gassiev, so I think that he just needs to pretty much be the pressure fighter. Maybe you can box, but really be the pressure fighter in this fight and just load with punches, because on the other hand, Michael Wallisch does not do good against people who throw a lot of punches. Like, there's a reasoning of why he got 4 losses and all of his 4 losses were from knockouts. So he needs to just be aggressive, be a good pressure, be like a pressure fighter against Wallisch. It don't have to be first class. You just need to be a pressure fighter in the fight. And you could, but again, you could try to box Wallisch, but I think again it would be very tough, and it wouldn't look as good to fans if you're just gonna try to box Wallisch. So I think he really needs to be a pressure fighter or just throw a lot of punches, and then you can be sticking with your boxing skills. But again, he really needs to be like a good an aggressive fighter. He needs to be an aggressive fighter. Not a pressure fighter, but an aggressive fighter. He can box all he wants, but he has to be aggressive. Kind of like what Lomachenko did against Nakatani. He was outboxing Nakatani, but he was just being really aggressive and just beating up Nakatani, which was really amazing. That's what he needs to do against Wallisch, is to be a kind of be an aggressive boxer, pretty much. You can box, but be also aggressive. Throw a lot of punches, and pretty much just try to hurt Wallisch and really dig to the body, because Wallisch does not take body shots that well. He's very vulnerable when it comes down to getting hit to the body. So he most definitely needs to hit Wallisch to the body and really soften up that body. And then pretty much just go to the head, obviously, but really soften up that body, try to Michael try to time Michael Wallisch to the body, because Michael Wallisch, even though he's I think he's a southpaw, yeah, he's a southpaw, but he has no defense at all, and he leaves his body very open. So he definitely needs to target the body to break down Michael Wallisch. And then once you tire him out with the body shots, break to the head and just try to tear him up to the head, And really, but again, just really, really, really tear up the body of Michael Wallisch, because Michael Wallisch again is very vulnerable when it comes down to body shots, and it showed in the Joyce fight. When Joyce was just beating him up, tearing up the body, and he got dropped twice due to a body, actually 3 times I believe, due to a body shot. against Joe Joyce. So like he is very very vulnerable when it comes down to body shots, and Murat Gassiev is a good fighter at timing body shots, and just really he's just a good fighter at timing shots really. So he definitely needs to time Wallisch and pretty much just beat the crap out of him and just be an aggressive boxer in this fight and really just try to just tear down Michael Wallisch. So that's what Murat Gassiev needs to do to win. So now from Michael Wallisch, um, I would like to see him really try to use his jab to try to keep Murat Gassiev like at bay. Because on the other hand, even though Michael Wallisch is trash, he is a lot bigger than Murat Gassiev. So he most definitely can. So he most definitely needs to use that jab, and then once Gassiev tries to come in to throw a punch, time him with like your power shot, and just kind of try to hit Gassiev, and also jab to the body to Gassiev, because even though Gassiev is a good boxer, Gassiev kind of reminds me of a Mikey Garcia, like a Russian version of a Mikey Garcia, but with more power. He kind of fights like a Mikey Garcia, easy to outbox. So he needs to not. So like he needs to use his jab against Gassiev, and really just like pretty much the key to victory is to use the jab. Like he does have a 1 inch arm reach, so maybe use that. And pretty much just try to outbox Gassiev and just make it your fight at mid range against Gassiev, and just pretty much kind of like what I said about Murat Gassiev, be a boxer. I mean, I know I said about Gassiev to be an aggressive boxer, but as of for Michael Wallisch, he just needs to be a boxer, because on the other hand, he is a lot bigger than Murat Gassiev, and he's like what 2.5 inches, 2 inches taller than no 2.5 inches taller than Gassiev. So he needs to use that height advantage over Gassiev. And definitely he needs to use his power over Gassiev. Because I feel like his power would be very effective against Gassiev. Because, again, Wallisch is a lot bigger. And we don't know of how. And plus, Wallisch does carry some power. And since Murat Gassiev this is his first fight coming to heavyweight, so he definitely needs to use his power over Murat Gassiev, and that's what Michael Wallisch needs to do to win. So my final prediction for the fight: this is a good fight for Murat Gassiev for heavyweight, and this is an all-around like decent fight, but I would have to go with Murat Gassiev by a stoppage in the mid or late rounds. Maybe it can go the distance, but I'm leaning more towards a TKO in the mid or late rounds. It's more because Michael Wallisch doesn't have any defense at all. He has good stance. But he gets hit a lot, and it showed in the Joyce fight. And even though Wallisch is a lot bigger than Gassiev, he still does not want to get hit a lot by Gassiev, and I guarantee you that Gassiev is gonna most definitely gonna hurt Wallisch every time he hits him, and I do think that Wallisch is gonna get hit a lot in this fight, and that's why I pick Murat Gassiev to win, and also this would be a good win, and also I would like to see him maybe fight. Who's out there? Maybe Daniel Dubois or like maybe what's that guy's name? Oh God. Oh man, what I forgot that guy's name. Oh God, he's the one who lost to Tyson Fury, but he cut him. Oh, what's his name? Um Oh, damn it. Oh, what's his name? I should know this, bro. God damn it. Otto Wallin. Maybe Otto Wallin would be a good fight. You know, I think I mean, Wallin is a bit big, but it depends of Murat Gassiev performance to see if he can hang with Gassiev. So yeah. So that's my final prediction. I got Murat Gassiev by a TKO in the mid or late rounds. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.